let's get into the battles. This is Jacen versus Jaden. What is going through your mind, Jacen? Let's go.
So first off, I had to go look for Jaden because I couldn't find him, and the reason why I wanted him was because he won over me at the Balenciaga Ball in 2013 when me and Meah had battled for Legendary Face. So
Mm.
I kind of owed him a little spanking.
Oh,
Um, so yeah, I was just in my head, in my zone. I left the building. I was just like, yeah, all right, it's over. All right, see you later, Jaden. Bye.
yeah.
See you, Jaden. Have a good night.
Why did you walk off the stage like that? You know what? I'm so done with you with this.
Have a good night, Jaden. Good night.
It was the walk off for me though. It was I love you, Jaden. Though I love you, babe. Mwah. But it was that right here. It was this. It was the
Okay.
okay. It was
No hug, no.
it was okay, girl. All right. Well, it was fun. It was fun.
It was fun.
So this battle is between Meah and Sade. Meah, what was going through your mind?
I mean, what was going through my mind was when she turned around and she could have picked anyone else, but she picked me. So I was like, oh, you want me? Okay, so come on, let's go. Because she found me through the cut, baby. She was like, you.
Yeah, because she specifically mentioned your name. She wanted to. She
Yeah,
wanted to go. She wanted to battle you.
yes. But we're looking at the battles. Y'all see it. Y'all see it, honey.
What else you want to? What else you want to say, darling? Tell me about it.
What do you want to say?
How are
What
you
do you
feel?
think,
How are you
Nadia? Give me your
feeling?
vote.
I think all the girls are kind and all the girls are beautiful, darling. I think honestly, I love Sade as a person because she's a beautiful soul,
She's
and
so
she
stunning.
is she is a stunning girl too.
Like, I mean, she just even texted me about like some personal stuff, and
Yeah,
it was just amazing. Just
yeah.
her energy. She preys upon people. She's like, it was very
Yes,
similar,
she's such a beautiful soul. I
very
She is.
similar.
love that about Sade. Like it really is
But
genuinely authentic. Okay, okay,
however,
Tell me about it. Go ahead, tell me, baby. It's just us here.
just my like I just love the way I looked. I'm just gonna say that.
So do you think you should have
I love
won?
the way I
Do
looked.
you think you should have
I,
won over her?
absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah, I think that a lot. I do. I
Yeah.
really do.
No, yeah.
I mean, I don't. I mean, Sade looked beautiful. She can never not look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it was a lot of blush.
Rouge.
Yeah, it was a lot. I didn't. I'd never seen her even wear that much makeup. She's usually always like bare skin.
Yeah.
So that was like a different look for Sade.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think I should have won this battle. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What do
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah. I
What do you think?
mean, I think both of you girls are beautiful. I think both of you girls are beautiful, and I think that I think all the girls are kind. I think all the girls are kind. No, but no,
No, no,
no, no,
no.
no, no,
But
no, no,
aside
no.
of
You know
ballroom,
what?
aside of like the
You know what? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it for real, because you guys know I'm gonna keep it 100. Between you two that night, personally, I think that you should have won over her only because of the full package. To me, again, the rouge was definitely a lot. I think her hairstyle just, and then the headband kind of took away from everything because it was like, you know, she doesn't look bad. It's just like it just wasn't 25K what I know that she could have done. Personally, in my personal opinion, I personally would have gave you that vote. In my, not because I'm interviewing you now. It's just I know that she could have done so much better, and she has done so much better. And it is what it is. Like I said, you win some, you
yeah,
lose some, you have your
and it's
days, you have your
ballroom,
nights,
and
and
that's
it's ballroom, and it is what it is.
like it is ballroom.
And none of
It
us are
just, it
saying that
just
she's not beautiful, because that's what she is. She
no,
is
no. I mean,
undeniably beautiful.
I have a personal relationship
Yeah,
with Sade.
yeah.
Like literally outside the runway and all that. She's a beautiful soul.
Hmm.
I mean,
But
I get, I have,
you know, no,
I've
but
even
it
went to
is
her
what it
birthday
is.
party,
And no, it
and
is it is what it is, and
yeah.
that's just how I would have voted, and that's just how you would have voted. Jason, do you want to take a gander? Do you want to take a little? How would you have
I mean,
done it?
Sade is my niece. I think Sade is beautiful. Um, I've done Sade's makeup a lot of different times when she has walked.
Hmm.
I wasn't a fan of the rouge on her cheeks, but
Hmm.
of course, I walked Mia, so of course Mia should have beat her. That's just how I feel.
Okay, okay, okay. Good one.
Of
Okay.
course.
All right. That's good.
And again, that there goes ballroom, and sometimes you win some and you lose some. Whether it's politics or no politics, this is the name of the game. This is the gamble that we take in going out there on that runway. We just never know. I mean, I could have had six girlfriends on that panel and got all six votes, but she could have had seven, and got, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just that's just ballroom.
It is what it is,
That's
right?
just how it
Exactly.
goes. You can't take it to heart. I'm not gonna say it, but like she's an ugly. I don't deserve that. No, I should no, because Sade is stunning. She can be anyone on that runway
Yeah.
any given night. I
Yeah.
could be anyone, anyone. Just that anybody can win any given night.
Yeah. And she
It's just
and
it's
she had won her big grand prize money too not too long ago. So shout outs to
That's what I
her for
told
that.
Josea.
yes,
Yep. So that's that's she got her accolades, she got her moments, and
absolutely. She deserved to be on that runway.
yeah,
She did.
100%. So
But
net
of anyone's packaging, I don't think no one's packaging was on my line. I'm
out
sorry.
of all the girls, no one was on yours. Girl, tell me about it. Tell me how you feel.
I mean, when I think about it, like, I didn't, I mean, I had a small piece of mesh. It was all material. It was all stones. It was very, it was like a gown that came from outside this country somewhere. I mean,
Hmm.
Jack didn't even think that someone even made that in North Carolina or Charlotte. Jack was like, "Where did you buy that gown? Oh my god!" It was
That
like
gown was
it was
over.
amazing.
That gown was over.
Yeah, and it was a gown, and to me, I think my packaging was. I mean, but anyone can say that for themselves,
Yeah,
right?
no, and
So it's
the
good.
thing about it is they're supposed to say that about themselves. They're
Exactly. But I
supposed to
think
say that. Like, come on, like,
when I go back and I look at the night, I think I was the only one that stepped outside of my box
mm.
and did something different with my image and for myself. Yeah, it is what it is. But I think that I did step outside the box for Caesar and Sinai, the people who wrote the category and asked for for us to bring it to life. I think that I did step out the box for it.
Jason versus uh,
Josea.
Josea.
So I kind of gagged when Josea tapped me
Mm.
because in my head I was
I
like,
loved it.
I said, "You tapped me? Like,
Right.
You want to battle with the bee? You want to
you want
rumble
to?
with the bee?
Oh, that's not what you
That's how I felt
want."
about Sade. I loved it that they
Like,
tapped us. Like they was like, "Bitch, we want y'all."
but I will say that Josea is someone that I've been watching in the category for a while. Um, right here was funny to me because I kept looking at his face like, "Let me get in, bitch,
Yeah.
please, bye," and I just laughed it off. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think Josea is a beautiful man. Of course, my typical "see you later."
Yeah.
That was my energy for the night. Like, see you later. Um, but I think that Josea looked good. And I told him this. I think that Josea looked good. I just think that, of course, I outsold him.
Yeah.
Um, and that was that.
Yeah. 100%. And I think this was the battle is where you turned it all. This was the battle where if you was on, the fire was lit, but this was the battle that went. It was that. It was that. It turned it all the way up. From that
Yeah.
from the point from the point it was like, okay, you knew that you was there. That was
In
your
this
money. You
race.
smelt it. You felt that. You felt that money in that
It
hand.
was funny because I
Yeah.
read I read some comments on Josea's page and it was like it looked like the two of y'all were getting ready to kiss. And I was like, wait, what? Like what?
Because you was
I love that battle.
yeah, it was a good battle to me.
It
And
was. It was a really good battle.
yeah,
It
and
was.
And I really do, coming from my past life, I really love that Jose like really like he went for the top gun. He was like,
shout outs to you,
it's gonna be
Josea. Shout outs to you, Josea,
yeah.
for actually going and tapping the girl that you needed to tap.
Absolutely.
No
Shout out to
shade.
Sade
No
too for
shade.
tapping me
No
too.
shade. Yeah, shout out to Miss Sade. Shout out to Miss Josea. You girls did what you guys needed to do. That's what the category was calling
That's
for. That's what you
right.
were supposed to
That's
do.
right.
Because at the end of the day, that's girl. It's ballroom, darling,
It's
and that's
ballroom.
is that's what it is. And Josea is a very beautiful, beautiful man.
Yes, he's a
Like
beautiful
he
man.
is a beautiful
Yeah, it's
man.
beautiful.
And I
Yeah.
think that Josea is more than just face. To me, he's like a trilogy. He can walk like perfect
Oh,
10, sex side.
100%.
Yeah.
A
Like
hundred
he's
percent. He needs to dive
he's a
into that.
beautiful man.
Yeah, he needs to
Yeah.
totally dive into that for sure.
So in the middle, I never realized that being a femme queen now, that I can have like a burst of energy from someone else, from another femme queen on the runway.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So between us, I didn't even tell this person that. This person doesn't even know. So maybe when this person watches this interview, they'll know. But like watching them I was just kind of like feeling their
What?
like I was like, yes, give it to me. And
What?
you know who it was?
Who?
You know who it was? It was Sasha.
I knew it. Yeah. Because Sasha
Like
does that.
when when
She's the
when
entertainer,
she brought when
darling.
when they ripped her, because one of the people on the sides ripped a part of her garment off,
Mm.
Yes.
and they were telling her like, Sasha, we need you on the and she was like, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
She was not coming on that runway till her garment was pulled back together.
That's exactly what she does, baby.
And
She's
Miss
gonna give you
Sasha,
a
when she
show.
had it together, she looked at me and I was like, oh. And she looked at me and she was like, huh. And I was like, oh,
That's
come on.
Ma. That is Ma,
Like, and
baby.
she rubbed it and went, and I was like, come on. And I was like rooting for her. like
And and
in
and
the back.
and
Yeah, I don't know. She just gave me like,
life. She
she just
she
gave me
she
life.
re-energized the
Oh
femme
my
queen.
God, she gave me so much life in that moment. I was just like, oh.
And and it
And mind you, this is who we're battling. So I'm like, I ain't supposed to be seeing you right now. You're not supposed to be my, But I don't know. She just gave me.
and then again, that's another thing I wanted to point out what Jacen was saying earlier. It's like to have that night go down the way it did and who walked that night, it was such a blessing and such a treat for everyone
Oh my
that
God.
walks balls, that are watching balls, that are going to watch balls, to have a moment and a night to see how you actually do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, okay, now we know where we're going. Like, you know what I'm saying? You've had girls
Yeah.
scattered throughout it, like, okay, well, okay, we see it. You have their signature moments, but you haven't seen the battles. You've seen the tens and we got up and we did all that. But when you see the battles and the way they come down and, you had two girls on that same level, two going at it, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. That's
Hmm.
a lot.
Jacen and Whitney. Exotic.
Okay.
Go ahead, tell me.
So, you might want to pause this for a second.
Hold on, hold on.
So there was a lot going on at the back of the runway where you see me like walking up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was standing next to Giovanni and I was watching the battle. And my son Junior had said, Ma, what are you looking at? I said, I'm watching this battle. And he was like, what are you watching for? I said, now's the time. And he was like, what? And Giovanni said, you want Whitney? I said, I want Whitney bad. And he was like, do you? I said, yes. So my son was like, well, go get him. So I was like, yeah. So I shook my head like this and I just started walking forward. So as I'm walking forward, I know in that moment, Whitney wasn't even expecting me to say, now, let's go.
Right here. Tap, tap, let's go.
And
This was such a
to,
treat for me.
to be honest, it was an honor to walk against
Mm,
Whitney. It was an honor to be on the same floor as Whitney. Whitney is
Hmm.
mm.
someone who, growing up, I entered ballroom. He was already a legend. He was already revered a certain kind of way. All of us in ballroom that are butch queens have strived to have that type of that type of preservation, that type of. I'm 41, so I know Whitney's in his 50s. He has to be.
Hmm.
Um, and Whitney looks fucking amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
And the sheriff that
Got
Whitney's the blueprint, and for me to be able to say that I battled him and won over him was kind of like, wait, what? But I still kept the same energy, even though with Whitney, all right, see you later. I still, see you later.
You did because, and a question, did you? Because when you're in that moment, I know you like, bitch. I know there's no hugs and kisses, but with Whitney, I know that you were like, girl, okay, girl, like, okay, girl, like,
No, you know what it was? There's still a level of respect
yes,
because I
yes,
respect,
absolutely.
yes,
and,
okay,
and even though it was a battle and the outcome was the outcome, I still have so much respect and
yeah.
admiration for him.
Because I don't think
So
you would have done that with anyone.
no, not at all. I
You
would have
wouldn't have
paid
done
them
that
like
for
I did
anyone.
everybody else. But
Hmm.
that's Whitney. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
respect. Like please, like
yes.
no. And I think that it's important for people to understand that. And I can finally stand in my power 10 toes down and say this: Whitney is my icon.
Mm,
And when I say my icon, he's the person that I looked up to. But people in this generation, though they still look at Whitney, they also look up to me too.
mm-hmm.
So it's like in that moment, it was me standing in the fact that I'm an icon, Whitney's an icon. We're from two different eras, but we're Godzilla and King Kong. So it's like we're the two just go head to head, and it happened.
Yeah. And did you think that this battle was going to go the way it did with Exotic and Whitney?
I didn't, but I wasn't sure
Hmm.
because to me, it's the sheer fact that Whitney has, again, it's Whitney.
Yeah.
So I think when people are like judging Whitney versus somebody else, they're looking at the fact that number one is Whitney,
Yeah.
number two is
Hmm.
Whitney,
Hmm.
number three is Whitney,
Yeah.
but then number four, Whitney is someone that is the blueprint and the pillar in the category. You're
Yes.
looking at how he was able to maintain his look for so long because people that came out with Whitney don't look like Whitney.
No.
They don't look like that.
Yeah.
Like, no. Like, again, I'm 41. I know Whitney has to be in his 50s. He's older than me, obviously, but it's like he don't look it. Like he look Whitney is like the fountain. He drunk the potion. Death becomes her. He drunk the potion, bitch. We all
Yeah.
drinking potion. Like, come on, it's Whitney.
That definitely comes. Yeah.
Like it's Whitney. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I will also go on record and say that after that battle, though I came for the coin,
Hmm.
nothing else mattered to me.
Oh, okay.
It didn't matter. However it went, it went. Nothing else mattered after that battle because for me, it was such a moment of, bitch, I just battled Whitney and I beat Whitney. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bitch, I don't even care what happens now. Like, it don't even matter. But
Yeah.
of course, my eye was still on the prize. Like, I was still like, bitch, let's keep going. And it's funny because we had a conversation the next night, and because I have so much respect for him, again, I apologized to him. I said, Whitney, I didn't mean to do like this to you, but I was so in zone. He was like, you ain't got to apologize for that. Like, please, I know how it is to be in zone. Like, you was in zone. It's fine. It's nothing. But
Yeah.
again, Whitney respects me. I respect Whitney. But again, I want to make this perfectly clear. It can never be me throwing shade to Whitney. Bitch, it's Whitney. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was.
Yeah.
So,
But
Meah, now I wanted your intake because I think this is important to have your partner's perception of how this was all going to go down. When you seen first Exotic and Whitney, who do you think should have won that? How did you think that's how it was going to go?
so I think, I mean, like Jason said, Whitney is the blueprint.
Yeah.
And so watching Whitney just be on the runway was like, oh my God,
Yes, it was
okay,
such a
bitch,
good.
it's
I
your
love it. Shout outs
battle.
to you, Whitney. Love you. I was shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad it came out.
Yeah.
And also to add, I've been in ballroom 25 years. I've seen Whitney walk, I think, 6 times. That was
Yeah.
the sixth time that I've seen her walk.
Yeah.
So, like, that was a huge deal.
We don't get that. We don't get that. And that's amazing. So,
No, we don't.
But
and
I'm
then,
going to tell you something, too. Meah is so crazy, right? Because out of my peripheral view, I remember she went berserk when I.
yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, what was going through your head through this
So for
whole
me was
moment?
so after I had like all right, so after my battle with Sade and I figured out that she had won or whatever, she stayed. I was just like, oh, you gotta erupt. Like, bitch, you gotta bring it home, bitch.
Right.
You now. Like,
Right.
so I'm in the back, like, come on, bitch, like jumping up.
Yeah.
And like I was just like feeding off of it and I felt like a little like I felt like we were kids again.
Yes.
Like just like excited about it. And that's what brought the whole joy of the whole thing. I didn't even care that I won, lost, whatever at that point. It was just the excitement of just like my sister battling out there and then watching Whitney and Whitney's one somebody was my brother. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I was watching my bro and my sis battle each other and I'm like,
Yeah.
but Jason's my partner. So it's like, I'm rooting for Jason. That's my partner,
Right.
baby. We gotta take this coin.
Right.
So yeah, just it was amazing just to see it like full on and be right there and like tunnel vision. It was like I was so excited for both of them. I was really excited for Jason once he won. I was just like, wow, like because I know that meant a lot for him. He really wanted to battle Whitney, and he got his moment, and he conquered it. And so for me, like that was just a moment for me, for him, for everyone that like roots for Jason
Yes.
and roots for Whitney. Like
Right.
not that I'm rooting for
Right.
but
And I get it.
it was just I was so happy in that moment that he, got what he wanted
Mm.
out of it.
Yeah, it was
And so
definitely
for
it
me it
was
was
definitely a
and
good
for
treat.
Exotic, Exotic and Whitney, so I look at Exotic and I just see this stunning person, just angelic and beautiful, and I see Whitney as the blueprint and stunning and like Jason said, the potion. He took the potion, honey.
Yeah.
So so
Death
when I look
becomes
at these
her.
both on the runway now, it's like how do I even how the do I even judge this shit?
Yeah.
Because these are two stunning men. Like right now, it's all about attitude and the effect, and who's giving me what they're gonna give me because they're two beautiful, stunning men.
Yeah.
And so when I was looking at that in the moment there, like it could have went so either way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Like it
true.
could have went either way. I'm not gonna hold you. It could have went either way in that battle. Um, Effect wise, I liked where Exotic went with, like where he was trying to go for. It could have been more tighter for me, fitting to his
Mm,
body. I felt like it was a little loose in certain places.
mm,
Um, then Whitney's, I felt like he could have had more stones. Like I felt like the pearl thing was kind of, it was too much pearls and no stone. Where was the ice at?
mm.
So
Yeah.
that's where I was kind of like, when I say people didn't, like I'm like, okay, it was like, you know what I mean? It was like up and down. So I don't know. I would have probably in that moment just went. I'm being biased, but I would have probably went with Whitney.
Okay.
Just
No,
giving
yeah.
it to Whitney because just to see him on the floor was a treat for me.
It
So
was.
it would have went Whitney, but then I would have gave it back to Exotic another night. Like, girl, I got you, girl.
Right. Okay. So
But I
now,
also think too, I kind of took Whitney off his equilibrium
yes.
because I think that he just got done battling Exotic. You know, the comparison
Yeah.
of Garcon coming from Mugler, Whitney being the blueprint, them comparing Exotic to Whitney, when he kind of probably was like, whew, okay, let me get myself together. And then it's like,
Mhm.
now, let's go. So it was like
Because
all of that.
I think for you, Jason, especially when you're in those moments and when you're in that ballroom mode, when you
Mhm.
get ready to say tap tap, let's go, it's like a different person. It's a completely different person. It's like you're just a different being at that point. And that salage and that confidence. And a lot of people listen, ballroom is just all about if you know that it's yours, you're gonna
It's yours.
convince people that it's yours.
Hmm.
Period point blank. That's just what it is. Listen, it is what it is. So
For real.
yeah.
When she looked me up and down, it was kind of like, you don't ever want it. I did what needed to be done, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest. But then I was over it because I said, the DJ tried me. Why would he play Sade?
And Exotic was like, oh, I don't know why they put Sade on, because baby, she about to eat her up real quick on this song.
Oh,
I realized with Giselle in these moments, she wasn't really smiling at all.
That she didn't sell every element of face.
Everybody on that floor
Yeah,
had
nobody.
some type of cosmetic something. All because of what, yo? For nothing.
nothing.
If I decide to do it, who gives a lot of them from back in the day have silicone in their face that are bush queens that walk face. They
Talk
have
about
nose
it.
jobs.
Yeah.